pizzazz or style, if you will. I don't know, sauciness. What are the kids saying nowadays? I don't know. Hey you guys, the Doc is Hope here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a pattern review. I literally just finished sewing up McCall's 7407. Some of you all may remember this dress from a pattern haul or a sewing plans video that I did a little while ago. And I just got around to sewing it up, but I love how this dress turned out, you guys, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that so we can continue to hang out together and you can catch these fun videos. All right, you guys, so without further ado, let's get into the pattern. All right, guys, so as you may remember, I, for this dress, chose a polyester spandex blend. It was $16.99 a yard at Joann Fabric, and I needed 4 yards. So first, if you're going to sew up this dress, you're gonna need a good amount of fabric. It's gonna be 4 yards of fabric because the skirt, well, it's not even a skirt because it ends up being one full piece. But the bottom, well, I guess it is still a skirt. The bottom skirt of this dress is so voluminous and massive that that's where those 4 yards of fabric are going. I did have a good amount of fabric left over, but I think it's just the way that that piece is cut out. Just, you need all of that fabric in order to do it. So just know that you're gonna need a good amount of fabric to sew up this dress. Let's see, what else? Just to give you a reminder, this was the fabric that I chose for this dress. A nice stretchy knit with a nice floral pattern, which I love, again, which is why I bought it. But yeah, and I used, let's see, this thread, green thread, to go along with it. And it actually worked out really well with the seams of the dress and even some of the top stitching that was required. I thought the green blended really well with that. So a few things about this pattern. It actually ends up being just 4 pieces total, which, you know, I love when there's just a few pieces to cut out and to put together. But what I do want you to know is it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually more like 5 or 6 pieces because you are going to put together 2 of the pieces before you even cut out the pattern. So some of you might be like, what is she talking about? Let me show you. So here is the actual pattern piece. This is piece 2, which is the back of this dress. And you literally have to, before you cut it out, match up this circular line here of piece 2A and tape those together before you cut out this entire pattern piece. So this is the top bodice area, and then this is the bottom skirt area. So you will need to do a little bit of construction before you even cut out the pattern, just FYI. And the same is the case for piece 1, which is the front, and piece 1A. So you actually have those 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the collar is 5 pattern pieces that actually end up being 3 pattern pieces once you tape them together. So just a heads up on that. As far as the, let's see, let me grab the instructions. As far as the pattern layout, before you cut things out, everything is actually cut out on one front, on the front of fabric. So there's no folding going on. It's just literally you lay out these 4 yards of fabric and you piece your pieces on the front of the fabric, and then you just cut out around each one. So that was kind of nice in its own way, but you are going to need to cut out 2 of piece 1 and 2 of piece 2. So you know how sometimes you cut on the with your fabric folded and you just cut 2 together because it's folded? Not here. You're gonna actually cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your collar here. So a little extra work, if you will, but I think it was worth it for how this dress turned out. I really, really like how it turned out. And within this pattern, I didn't know it when I bought it, but there's also an option to make a top. So just the top part without the bottom skirt. And I think it's like a flowy top. Yeah, if you can see it here. It's like a baby doll top. Those used to be in style. I don't know if they're coming back, but there's your option to make a baby doll top if you want to. Let's see, more things about this pattern. As far as the directions themselves, they were very straightforward. And they weren't that long, y'all, which I really like. I like to look at the beginning and then fast forward and be like, oh, okay, we have 19 steps here. Okay, so yeah, 19 steps total, and that's with the shirt view as well. So some of those don't even apply to the dress. So all in all, you know, it was a pretty simple, pretty quick sew. There was, you know, a good amount of top stitching to be done on either side of the center seam as well as the neckline. And then there was a 5/8 inch rolled hem at the sleeve, or the sleeve opening, since it's a sleeveless dress, unless you want to add sleeves. But all in all, I think this dress came together very quickly and very easily. I think that you'll enjoy it. It's a very flowy fit. I think I could wear it flowy as it is, but I think I want to belt it just because when you cinch the waist of this dress, it just gives it like a whole nother level of something, pizzazz or style, if you will. I don't know, sauciness. What are the kids saying nowadays? I don't know. But when I belted it, the skirt did something like extra pleaty, and it just defined just really, really nicely. So keep in mind, belts are your friend. Belts are your friend. So I am going to put a picture of what my dress looks like right here so that you guys can see how it turned out and see everything that I was talking about and see how it looks belted. All right. Let's see what else. There was a hook and eye needed for this dress, just to close the back at the top. But other than that, that was pretty much the only notion required. There was some stay tape. Well, I take that back. There was some stay tape needed to go around the neckline, front and back, before those were assembled. But that was pretty simple to do. Let's see, again, any suggested fabric for this would be stretch knit fabric such as jersey, interlock, spun, silk, knit. So I went with polyspan. Really anything that stretches and hangs nicely should work well for this dress. The other thing is that this dress skirt is cut on a bias. I think that's another reason why it required those 4 yards of fabric, because of how you had to turn that pattern piece in order to cut it, because it's on the bias. So do know that when you sew up this dress, you will need to let your dress hang on a mannequin or a hanger or something for 24 hours before you hem it so that your bias cuts can actually settle and set. And I'll give you the exact wording that they used in the pattern. It says here, allow garment to hang for 24 hours before hemming to permit bias to set. So there you go. Just know that that is a step that you will need to follow. In case you're planning on sewing this in one day, you will need a 24-hour period to let your bias set. So you heard it here first on tips. And I think that is pretty much it, you guys, for things that you might want to know about this dress. So if you're thinking about sewing this up, or if you've sewn it up before, let me know how it went. Let me know if you're thinking about sewing up this pattern after watching this review, or if this review was helpful for you, definitely give me a thumbs up down below. And again, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. Hit the subscribe button so we can continue to hang out together and you guys can continue to catch these fun videos. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your week. And until next time, I will see you later.